Hello and welcome to another kinda late edition of Week in Geek, where we review what headlined as news for games, movies, anime, and all that for the past week. So, without further ado, let's begin. While it was earlier announced that The Last of Us 2 was indefinitely delayed, it looks like Sony may have had their hand forced given the recent leaks of their exclusive title. Sony had just posted on their official blog that The Last of Us 2 will be releasing very soon, June 19, and just a month later, Ghost of Tsushima will follow, releasing on July 17. These two titles have been developed with Sony support and they've been building up to both of them for years now. You would think they would make a bit more of a marketing push for these two titles and would maybe separate announcements, no less. My best guess why they ended up crowding the releases would be their upcoming release of the PS5. Nobody wants to think about buying PS4 games when the release of the PS5 is so close. And thanks to the old virus being all around the world, it may have impacted their scheduling quite a bit. And it appears that further developments have caused Sony to bite the bullet and just straight up announce it on their blog. But hey, two highly anticipated titles in a span of a month, well, we're in for a ride. Any of you remember what a Nintendo Network ID is? Well, I had to Google it. Why? Because 160,000 Nintendo Network ID accounts were compromised, and this was confirmed by Nintendo. So, to catch you up, these IDs are pretty much linking accounts for those who own the 3DS and, for some reason, maybe a Wii U. As the name suggests, it allows you to access online features between systems that are for the 3DS family and the Wii U, and that includes purchases. It's old tech by now by our standards, and probably a good amount of its users have completely forgotten about it, but hackers sure have not. While Nintendo Network ID accounts could also be used to make online purchases, Nintendo maintains that the financial information of their customers are still safe and sound. Still, I would advise those who haven't to double check their billings and maybe update your more delicate passwords. You never know what you can get out of an old account that they can use to pivot to something else that may be a lot more important than your 3DS game library. There are simply people out there who will take advantage of you if you let them, so just doing some basic protection is a pretty smart thing to do. For the first time since all this craziness happened, I'm actually glad something got cancelled, and that's WWE 2K21. While I'm already not a big fan of wrestling games, WWE 2K20 made me hate it. That last release was absolutely one for the books on how bad a botch release can get. Now, I'm not one to like the idea that people won't be getting work, or this is another sign that everyone's beloved source of body slamming entertainment is feeling the hurt thanks to the economy stopping in its tracks. But this game was just so bad, I don't think anyone will forget it anytime soon. Models didn't look good, there were bugs, basic features weren't functioning, and it badly needed post-release support that it was not getting. Heck, it decided that it was going to do something that only PC players normally get, and that's a lot of crashes. It was happening even on console, because that experience has to be shared on all platforms. Anyway, as we are all feeling the squeeze of the economic freeze, WWE has decided to stop gambling their money in ventures that have uncertain results, so here we are. Everyone is getting up early, completing chores, keeping their place tidy, and being fully productive by either serving requests from various people or making their own terraforming project, at least in-game. Animal Crossing New Horizons, that game where people see the other side of Isabelle when she's not playing Doom Eternal, has broken sales records amounting to 5 million copies sold on its first month. That's pretty much smashing the new Pokemon's numbers combined. Heck, it beats Call of Duty's record as well, which is Black Ops 3, and people kinda bought that off the shelves like it was nothing. Who would have thought that a game that would outsell something as staple as Call of Duty would involve a bunch of cute avatars trying to create their own island getaway by literally doing all sorts of chores and other tasks to build and customize said island? I mean, everyone probably wants to travel these days but can't, so at least they're gonna do it digitally. Tom Nook is certainly making the bells ring. Retro gaming is definitely a passion that an older generation of gamers have, and what better time to share that passion than when everyone is being asked to stay put at home. The Japan Retro Game Association had decided that this is probably a good time to put their hobbies to use, and now they have offered to give out 100 old Super Nintendos, or Famicom if that's what you want to call it, to eligible households in Japan. They'll just have to present that the said house has a kid who's 16 or younger and be willing to handle the postage cost. They'll also be giving away some classics to go along with the console, so some kids out there may look forward to playing Front Mission, Final Fantasy VI, maybe some Street Fighter, Terranigma. Okay, there's clearly a lot. And this will keep said children entertained until they figure out that phones are literally more supported hardware. I mean, aren't TVs all HDMI now? Don't you need an RCA adapter for a Super NES? Do they figure these parts out already? I'm not sure. But hey, think about it. Gaming without having to be online, not having to worry about getting scammed out of your credit card. I mean, that's a pretty good thing, right? And maybe it'll ignite their interest in something wonderful and novel like Tales of Fantasia or Chrono Trigger. Okay, the JRPGs, the list will just go on. And with that, you are all caught up. Thanks for watching this weekly update. If you like our work, then why not leave us a like? If not so much, then you could comment what else do you think we should be doing. Also, we have other updates available through our social media channels, and all of our other content can be found on rimrufiles.com. Again, you guys stay safe. We'll see you again soon.